Do VPS instances with the same specs, like number of cores, RAM, and disk, actually perform the same on physical servers with different CPUs, kinds of memory, or platforms? We ran a series of hands-on performance tests to get to the bottom of how much the hardware under the hood really matters. At HOSTKEY, we offer VPS plans across multiple tiers, from budget-friendly to high-performance. So we tested 3 of them, all with the same base specs: 2 vCPU, 2 GB of RAM, 20 GB of storage, but on very different hardware. Entry-level Intel Skylake plus SATA SSD, mid-tier AMD EPYC plus NVMe, top-tier latest-gen EPYC plus NVMe plus DDR5. We weren't just chasing dry benchmark numbers, we wanted to answer a real question. Is a cheap VPS really good enough, or should you spend a little more for next-gen hardware? What happens when you run a resource-heavy app on the cheapest plan, and how much load can each server handle? We ran a full test suite using SysBench for CPU and RAM benchmarks, FEO for disk speed and IOPS, Apache Bench to simulate user load on a web server. We also launched some real-world apps: Odoo CRM as an example of a resource-heavy application, OpenVPN to test remote work stability. All 3 VPS plans had 2 virtual cores, but the performance was nowhere near the same. The entry-level Intel Skylake system struggled with parallel workloads. Switching to AMD EPYC, keeping the same core count, nearly doubled performance. And the latest gen EPYC delivered 4.5x the speed, thanks to better memory bandwidth and caching. That means faster API responses, fewer CI timeouts, and smoother pipelines. The cheaper VPS uses DDR4. The top-tier plan uses DDR5, and it shows. With high concurrency, newer memory handles more throughput with less latency, especially when dealing with multi-threaded workloads. The Skylake RAM controller just can't keep up. The base VPS uses a SATA SSD, definitely a bottleneck. Mid and top tiers run on NVMe disks, and the difference in speed is massive. You'll really notice it when loading a CMS, just reading and writing files, working with streaming data in real time. We installed Odoo, a pretty heavy CRM system, and hit it with 100 parallel requests per second using Apache Bench. Here's what happened. Entry-level VPS, immediate crashes, HTTP 500s, timeouts, total freezes. Mid-tier, survived but only just and with noticeable lag. Top tier, handled the load with ease even during spikes. You can clearly see performance under high loads is all about modern hardware and its speed advantages. And how did it go when using a VPN? The base VPS showed high ping bandwidth drops, poor tunnel stability. On the EPYC plus NVMe plans we saw stable connections, minimal overhead, fast encryption performance. The bottom line, a budget VPS just won't cut it for reliable remote work. Here's the kicker. The difference in price between the entry-level and top-tier VPS is just $1.90 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. But what about the performance gap? Massive. Saving on hosting can quickly turn into lag, crashes, and downtime. As DevOps guys like to say, buying cheap is expensive. When it comes to pet projects, Telegram bots, dev environments, landing pages, or personal VPNs, the budget VPS is totally fine. But if your project's going to go live, handle real users, or make you money, then it's well worth thinking about our high-end option. Choosing a VPS isn't just about price. It's about reliability, stability, and the scalability of your project. Not sure where to start? Test our VPS types with hourly billing, just like we did. That way, you'll find the right balance between cost and performance and avoid headaches later on. All product links and pricing info are in the description below.